Hi everybody. It's Amy from Journals and More, created by Correct Amy. And today I'm actually adding the signatures to a new journal I was working on for a new kit I was working on for Pam from Silver and Sparkles. And I did show a preview of the cover. So the cover is made out of an envelope that I had, a junk envelope from the mail. And so what I did is I actually opened the envelope up and I added a collage on the front of it with all the papers that are included in the kit. And I will link the kit below. And I believe it's an antique sewing collage paper is what it is. And then what I did in the window part, I put this dress with the roses, and I just thought the dress was so pretty, so I wanted to add that. And with the cover, I used a sewing machine and I put a bunch of different kind of designs over the collage papers, and I reinforced the seam with some Tim Holtz fabric tape. And here's the back of it. And again, I just collaged it and I sewed it. And then on the inside, what I did is I covered up all the sewing and added some of the papers that were in the kit, and I reinforced the flap. So how the journal is going to work is it's going to close like this, and I'm going to use some type of closure. I haven't quite decided yet. So more than likely, I may use magnets or a tie. I'm really unsure yet, but that's how it's going to go. So it'll be like that. So what I did is I have all the pages ready to go and the signature. So I also used a vintage flower, and I reinforced on the inside. I covered it for writing space. I made 2 pockets, and I also put a collage of book page, a vintage book. So I wanted to add this in here as well. So there's, let's see, one, and I backed them with the black and white part of the kit. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Did I miscount? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, there's 12 sheets, and I'm going to put this in the center for 13. So I'm going to make one signature with 13 pages, and I wanted this to be the first page because it's just so pretty. So what I'm going to do, one of the things I want to do on this, though, is I want to round all of the corners, just because I do like rounded corners. And again, I rounded the corners on the cover as well. So I will probably do this later on. I'm not going to bore you with it, but I will be rounding all the corners at some point. But I'll do that, just the first one, just to show you that how much nicer that looks. So for now, I'm going to sew this in. Oh, I also wanted to add a couple of little coffee dyed grungy sheets just for added writing in here. So let me just do that as well. These I'm gonna like kind of space higher on this one, and then I have another one I want to put here, and more towards like there. And I'm gonna put this one lower, so I'm gonna stagger them a little bit. And then I had this piece. So what I wanted to do was tear this in half and do that. I just wanted to tear it in half. I don't want it to be too neat. And then I'm going to fold these into 2 pieces, and I want to stagger these as well. And these are just nice writing pages. So then what I'm going to do is I want to go back, and I want to put this one here at the bottom, and then move on, and then I want to get more towards here, and I'm going to put this, actually I think I'm going to put this one here just for some, and I'm going to put this one up a little bit higher, like that. And that's how the signature is going to be set up. And I don't really count them as pages just because they're smaller and they're just pieces. But I just wanted a couple of added pieces in there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to clamp these together right now. And I'm sure you all know how to do this. But I'm trying to do a little bit more of a tutorial type video for this. And then I'm going to clamp it here. Oops. All right. I like to put on 4. You don't have to, but I like to. I like to put 2 on each side, and then I just noticed that it just stays a lot better because I don't always use my wooden like, I guess it's a signature holder to punch holes in it, so I don't always do that. And plus I'm in a different workspace, so I'm kind of like winging it right now. I'm gonna get out my awl, and I'm gonna choose I'm just gonna choose this vintage wax thread, and I'm gonna count it 3 times approximately. All right, I know some people cut it, some people don't. I just always do, because that's what I'm most comfortable doing. Okay, so this, I always like to have the thread and needle ready because so the holes don't heal back up quickly. So I just eyeball it. I have no rhyme or reason on much. Oh, you know what? Sorry. Forgive me. I have to put it on here. How about that? You know what? Do I want to use a, no, you know what? I'm just going to stick to my original plan. So I'm going to take this off and put it here. This is how I usually actually do it. I'll do it first on the signature and then I'll attach it. There we go. Okay, that's good. Now I can do my hole. So I kind of just eyeball the holes and wiggle it out, and then put the other one close to the top. Ooh, sorry if I shook you. I'm sorry, y'all. My table is not the steadiest. I'm not in my regular she shed working. I'm in my library in my house, so it's a little shaky table that I use. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna sew this, start in the center like that. I'm gonna go down the bottom like that, and then try to get it through. This is fun on camera, usually, you know. Let me see here. Okay, bear with me here. I know I'm off camera, but I'm trying to get this through. So what I do sometimes is I take it through the top, and then, yeah, and then I'll go back around. Sometimes I do that. It's just easier. Yep, that worked. That's all I needed. And then pull that through a little bit, and then I'll take that back out here. And then back up the center. And be careful not to split my thread. So bear with me. It's being stubborn. All right, let's take the awl back through there a little bit. Yep, there we go. Just take it through a little bit. And then back up the center. There we go. And then I gotta be on the other side here. There we go. We got it. No pressure. No pressure at all. Okay. All right, so then I pull it tight and I check, make sure it's tight. And then I do 3 knots. I don't know why, but I just do. It's weird, but I do. Okay, so there's 3 knots. I'm not putting any charms or dangles on this. I do know that for sure. So I'm gonna cut it just a little bit longer, and so it's not sticking out. I may go back and even cut them a little bit shorter, and what I like to do is just press this wax down a little bit. One of the things I always do is I always put a little bit of art glitter glue on this just to let it dry and set up. You do not have to do that. It should stay its wax thread, but it's just what I like to do, and because I don't ever want it to come apart. I'm overkill on glue, so and then I take this off, And what I do, I use actually a wine cork to keep my awl in, and then I also put my threading needle on the other side. So this is how I actually store mine so I never lose it. And then I put it in one of these little bags with the threads in the, so this way I have a whole kit and it stays put. I don't have to search for anything. So then what I like to do is I like to put it together like this, and I like to smash it down a little bit. And then I'll go through. I usually use my bone folder, but the problem is I don't know where it is, but I'm gonna just use this one, this tiny one for now. I like to just flatten it out a little bit, and I like to open it up and make sure. This printed crooked, so no, you're not seeing things. So what I'm gonna do with this is I'm gonna end up like inking it and doing something with it, so it's not a big deal. And I wasn't wasting it, so. And then, like I said, I'll go back and round the edges on this this journal. But the paper in this journal, the kit is so pretty. Just look at the colors. Look at the design. Pam did a great job with this kit. It's just lovely. And I do like the black and white in it. I did that because what I did was I just picked up the black and white out of all the design pages, and I made those the backing pages. So I took one of the prints and I printed them all in black and white, and that's what and then I put the front of the paper back through the printer, just so I can get the backs all that color. And I thought it was really fun. And this way, you have a nice writing space on all of these. And look at how pretty this came out. This looks really nice with this too. Nice little writing spot. And then again, I go through all the way to the end, but look at the paper. It's so pretty. And then I will round the edges, and I will start the ephemera process on my next video. But I just wanted to give you an update on this kit each week and how it was going. And again, I will link the kit below. It is very, very pretty. And the sewing theme is just lovely. And I think, if I'm guessing correctly, I believe Pam's mother used to sew, and this probably was, I'm sure, inspired by her. So I know that she loves anything that has to do with sewing. And so I'm trying to make it as pretty as possible. And with the ephemera pieces that I'm going to work on, I have them all cut, but I also want to sew them with the same thread I used for the cover, just to bring the sewing throughout the journal and continue with that process. This one also printed crooked, and my plan for this is I'm going to put a side tuck right here, and I'm gonna also put more than likely some kind of lace or something. I just know that I can make this work, and I'm not worried about it. So just so you know, you don't have to ever waste a paper that printed badly, because if I put a side tuck here, you won't even see that part, and then if I use a doily or something pretty up here, you won't even see that as well. And I wasn't wasting it, because look at this page. How pretty is that? It's just such a pretty kit. And I just thought Tim Holtz's fabric tape went really well with this, and it's really strong and sturdy, and it's going to keep this together very nicely. And the envelope is very heavy duty, because I did take the envelope and I did make a couple of collage layers. Actually, there's a couple on here, and then I sewed it all around. They're sewing all underneath of here, and I covered it up with more collaging, and again. Covered it up with more paper and using tape and glue, but it's just such a pretty journal. How pretty is this journal going to be? And then you close it. Look at that. It's just so pretty. And then here, and then like I said, I may use magnets, or I may use some fabric to tie it shut. I'm not sure yet. I really don't know, and I think I'm gonna wait to decide till after I decorate it. And because I will add some pieces on the front of this as well somehow. I'm not sure quite yet what it needs, because it's just so pretty the way it is. So I may add maybe some flowers, or I may add a wax wax seal or something like that. I'm just not sure yet. So to be determined. And here is some of the ephemera pieces. And like I said, I do have them all cut out and they are all ready to go. And I just want to back them all with book page. And here's some stamps and circles, which I'm going to make some belly bands as well. So the ephemera will be in the next video. In the meantime, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to back these all with book page and whatever else. But look at these. This is a great belly band, actually. And I'm just going to back them all for sturdiness, really. And look at all these. I have a ton of stamps and tags, all kinds of things. So there's plenty to do with this journal. And that will be in the next video. And like I said, I will link the video or the location of this kit below. And if you're interested in purchasing it, then you can go over to Pam has an Etsy shop, and you can get it from there. And it's a beautiful kit. You will not regret it. It is gorgeous. Just look at this. It's just screaming at me. Old and vintage, and it's just pretty. It's just a pretty kit. And I will be adding some other flip outs and maybe another flip out envelope or something like. There's going to be a lot more to this than what it is here now. And I can't make it too thick though, because I used a large junk envelope. It's going to be a little bit limited on space, so I have to be careful with that as well. All right, and I hope you like it, and I'll see you again next week. Thank you. Bye.